Hi, Chris here at the Library Lounge, a cooperation with NOLA.com. We're doing best cocktails in New Orleans, and today we're going to do the perennial New Orleans favorite, the Sazerac. The word cocktail first appeared in print in 1806 in a Hudson, New York newspaper and was defined as any spirit, sugar, water, and bitters. The Sazerac and the Old Fashioned are the two drinks that conform to that original definition of cocktail. You know, today we consider cocktail to be a generic term for mixed drinks, and originally it was a very narrow category of drinks. The difference between a cocktail, bitters being the defining ingredient. With bitters it was a cocktail, without bitters it was a toddy. The Sazerac is said to have had its origins at Peychaud's apothecary in New Orleans, who was a young pharmacist who fled the Haitian slave revolt and came and set up on Royal Street. And within that pharmacy, he served brandy cocktails with his bitters and served them in an egg cup, which to this day bears this same shape. And the French pronunciation for that egg cup was coquetier, C-O-Q-U-I-T-E-R. Americans are refusing to learn any foreign language slurred that into coquetier into cocktail. That's our story of the origin of the word cocktail, and we like it here in New Orleans. We're going to do a very traditional Sazerac presentation today. We're going to start with 2 rocks glasses, one which we're going to fill with ice and water and have chilling while we're making the drink. We're going to then take a sugar cube. We're going to take some Peychaud bitters, saturate the sugar cube. Don't be afraid of bitters. Bitters are a term that today it's a term that came out of the 18th century and is really today would much better be described as cocktail seasoning or cocktail spice. It's almost like the salt in a soup. It's something that you don't notice if it's there. It kind of blends and binds all the flavors together, but if it's not there, you really notice that something is absent. We're going to take a little bit of water, approximately an ounce of water, and then we're going to muddle it and put the sugar into solution. You can use simple syrup if you choose to. I personally like to use a sugar cube. It allows me to adjust the level of sweetness without changing the dilution level. If you taste the drink and you say, you know, Chris, this isn't sweet enough for me, I can add another cube and add the same amount of water using 2 cubes as I did with 1, thereby making the drink sweeter, but without making it more dilute. As you can see, that's a nice, beautiful, clear solution. We're going to then take and fill that with ice. We're going to get a fine rye whiskey. Today we're using Sazerac rye made out of Buffalo Trace, a local New Orleans company. We're going to put in 2 ounces of rye whiskey. The drink was originally made with brandy by the French population, and that's where it garnered its name. Sazerac Forget-Fille was the name of the brandy. We're going to grab a bottle of absinthe, which is an absinthe substitute. About the 1850s, they started adding absinthe to it. We use here in New Orleans a brand called Absinthe. And you'll notice that absinthe, when absinthe was made illegal, it was made illegal to use the word absinthe. And so absinthe is actually an anagram, A-B-S-I-N-T-H-E. These are wormwood flowers, and that's the old Absinthe House on Canal Street, one of the oldest bars in America. We're going to take and pour just a couple of drops of absinthe in there. All we're looking to do is line the interior of the glass. And the old-time bartenders in New Orleans would take the glass, throw it up in the air, and yell, Sazerac. We're then going to strain the drink from one glass to the other. Empty it out. And we're going to finish it off with a nice big lemon zest so that we can spray that beautiful lemon oil over the top of the drink. And there you have it. One of the oldest cocktails in existence. Been consumed in this city just like this for over 170 years and enjoyed around the world. The Sazerac cocktail. thank you so much for coming. Look forward to seeing you next time here on NOLA.com. Best Cocktails in New Orleans. Cheers to you. Thank you very much.